Hey guys, what's up? It's Natasha. Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, then I'm so happy to meet you. I filmed this Valentine's Day makeup tutorial, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up if you like these kind of tutorials, so I know that you guys like them, so I can film more of them. So yeah, let me know what you guys think, and I will see you guys all in my next video. Bye! I'm sorry the lighting is so bad and so horrible. My filming light died while I was filming. So I'm going to start off with priming my lids. I'm using the Kat Von D eyeshadow primer in the shade Skin, and I'm just going to apply this all over my lid up to my brow bone. This is just going to ensure that my eyeshadow doesn't crease and stays all day long. Then I'm going to go ahead and take my Jaclyn Hill and Morphe palette, and I'm taking the shade Silk Cream, which is the third shade right over there, and I'm just going to take this on my Morphe, I think it's the G17 brush. Honestly, the name has been completely wiped off of this brush, so it's any just big fluffy brush you can use, and this is just going to act as our transition shade for the rest of the look. Now taking the shade Flamingo from my Huda Beauty Rose Gold palette, I'm taking that on that same G17 brush, and I'm just going to dust this from my outer corner to my inner corner, and I'm really just going to blow this out. I want it to be a really nice sort of dark pink, smoky eye, but at the same time I want it to be really nice and glam. So I'm just going to take that, and again I'm just working it out because I want to create that nice V at the end, so that nice lifted sort of wing effect. So I'm just going to again dust it back and forth and really just work it in. I'm just taking a little bit of product at a time, and I'm just going to build to the consistency that I want. Then taking the shade Man Eater, I'm going to take that on my Morphe M433 brush, and I'm just going to work this sort of again in my lower crease towards the outer V area, and I'm just really building that color there. I want the most generous amount of product on my outer V area, and then whatever's left I'm gonna work that into my crease, just dust it slowly into my crease area. Next I'm gonna take a Makeup Geek eyeshadow. This is in the shade Bitten, and on that same Morphe M433 brush I'm just going to darken my outer V area and my lower crease, just so when I add this shimmer on the lid it really just has a really nice gradient effect and a really nice pop of color. I'm taking my Sephora concealer. This is a new concealer that I tried, and you guys, I'm in love. This is my new favorite concealer. It's so creamy, and this is in the shade Buttercream. So I'm just going to take this on any flat sort of concealer brush. The name's taken off of them, or they're like wiped because they're so old. But yeah, I'm just going to sort of clean my lid, or just cut my crease if you want to say, but I'm not really cutting my whole crease. I'm just applying this slightly on my lid where I'm going to apply the shimmer, just so the shimmer really pops. I'm just going to dab it with my finger a little bit, so that way my concealer doesn't crease when I apply the shimmer color. And I'm going to take the shade Faint, again from the Jaclyn Hill and Morphe palette, and I'm just going to take this on my middle finger, and I'm just going to apply it again because it's a shimmer. I feel like when you apply it with your finger it just has such a nice color payoff, and it just does it justice. When you use a brush sometimes it just holds back and it doesn't really put the product on, or it doesn't apply it as evenly as I would like it to. So yeah, I'm just going to apply this with my finger and kind of just dab and blend it in and really just press it into my crease. And you don't have to be too neat when you're doing this, just because when you're done applying it I kind of go back in with a brush with no additional product and kind of just blend over, so that way there's no harsh lines and it has a really nice blend and a gradient effect. So once you're done, that's pretty much it for the eyes. I'm just going to go ahead and take a makeup wipe and just wipe away any additional fallout, and give it that really nice sort of wing at the end. And I'm just going to use a little bit of bio oil to clean up my under eye area, just because I feel like my makeup wipe dries out really fast and I didn't want to pull too much on my skin. Next I'm just going to take my all-time favorite moisturizer. This is the Vitamin E Gel Moisturizer by The Body Shop, and I've really been loving the Body Shop products. If you guys have watched my pamper routine as well, I used a whole bunch of masks and the face wash and everything. It has really changed the way my skin looks and feels, so I'm really surprised, and I'm really in love with these products, and they're all organic and they're vegan and all that stuff, so that's also an added bonus. For foundation I'm taking the Huda Beauty foundation. This is in the shade Amaretti, and I'm also going to be trying out this new foundation. It's from the brand Sephora, but the shade is way too dark for me. This is in the shade Dulce de Leche. I think I should have gone for one or two shades lighter than that. And I'm going to mix in a little bit of this Nude Glow. This is from the GLAMGLOW like glow starter thing. I really like how it has a little bit of that shimmer in it, and it really gives you a nice dewy finish. And then I'm going to be mixing in a little bit of this MAC Studio Fix fluid in the shade NC15. So I'm going to mix all of this at the back of my hand and then just start to apply it with this Morphe sponge. Now I really tried, you guys, I really tried to like this sponge and really try to press the foundation in, and I was like, okay, maybe just a little bit more, just blend it in a little bit more. This sponge I feel like is way too stiff and thick for my liking. It's personal preference. I've just been really loving the Sephora sponge. It's just this, like, it looks like the beauty blender, but I just feel like it works so much better. It's so much softer and it just gives me that finish that I like, and it just really applies the foundation so well. So yeah, I really tried to use a sponge, but I really like my Sephora one better. And then for concealer, I'm taking that same one. It's called Buttercream. It's by this brand Sephora, and I really like it. I know it looks really light, but because I go heavy on my bronzer, I wanted to keep my concealer nice and light just to brighten the under eye area. So I'm just going to apply that and then blend it out with my damp Sephora sponge again. And I really have been loving this concealer. It's so nice and creamy, and it blends super well, and it doesn't crease that easily. So I really have been loving this. And then to set my concealer in place, I'm just going to take my Huda Beauty loose powder in the shade Banana Bread. And then again, you see I'm trying to use the Morphe sponge even to like set my concealer in place, and I didn't like it, so I go back in with the Sephora sponge and I just kind of set it with that. And I'm not going to use the Banana Bread to set my entire face. I'm just using it to set my under eye area. And then for bronzer, I'm taking the Rimmel London Maxi Bronzer in the shade Medium, and that same big fluffy brush that I always use. Everything will be listed in the description box down below to do my contour. And I'm not doing it too precisely. I'm just roughly, you know, bronzing my skin, because we are going to go in and clean up our contour after. And always make sure to get your neck as well, just because when you're taking pictures, or like, you know, you'll be able to see that demarcation line. So I like to go behind my ears, like, you know, really under my chin, and on my neck as well, so that way if I'm wearing a top or anything, like, you can't see where my light skin is from my dark skin. I like to go darker in my foundation, but then because when I tan, it does match. So this is where I use the Morphe sponge and that same Banana Bread powder, and I'm just going to carve out my contour and sort of just clean it up. And I feel like this was the only time that I was able to use the Morphe sponge without disappointment, just to clean up my contour. So I'm just going to go ahead, clean it up, and really just bake a little bit. I'm not going to leave it for too long, just a little bit, so it gives me that nice structured contour. I'm going to take my same contour brush and just sort of bronze my nose a little bit. I'm not really going to snatch it in a way. I'm just going to add a little bit of bronzer just so that way it doesn't look flat and then there's some dimension there. And then I'm going to go ahead and again with that Morphe sponge just bake and just clean up my nose contour just a tad bit. And then I'm going to go ahead and take, this is my Morphe M438 brush. It's just a pointed, I guess, fluffy brush. And I'm just going to wipe away my baking powder and just clean everything up. And then for blush, I'm taking the Tarte 12-Hour Amazonian Clay Blush. This is in the shade Party. This is my all-time favorite blush. Ever since we got in the little birthday packs from Sephora, I've been in love. And I'm just taking this on my Sigma F50 Dual Fiber brush, and I'm just going to apply this on the apple of my cheeks and then sort of blend it back a little bit. And then I'm taking the Becca Cosmetics highlight in the shade Moonstone, and I'm just taking this on my Morphe M461. It's like a dual fiber brush, and I'm just gonna apply this on my cheekbones, but again, as you can see, it's not even that intense, so I'm gonna go ahead and use it on my Sephora sponge and kind of just apply it in dabbing motions just so it's a little bit more bright. And then I'm gonna go ahead and do my eyebrows off of camera just because it's tedious and it takes forever, and if you want to see an in-depth brow routine, I will film one for you. Now for my mascara, I'm going to take this Too Faced waterproof mascara, and I'm just going to give my lashes a quick coat. And I forgot to mention the eyelashes that I'm using, but they're the ones that I always use. It's the INV So Wispy lashes, and I'm going to be using the clear House of Lashes lash glue. This is my all-time favorite. I love how it dries clear and it dries super fast. So I'm just going to stick on my lashes. And once I'm done applying my lashes, I just like to use my fingers and sort of push it up just so that they're like blended together and they're nice and lifted. Now I'm taking the shade Flamingo. This is also from the Huda Beauty Rose Gold palette, and I'm just going to be taking it on my Sigma E15. This is a flat definer brush, and I'm just going to buff this shade into my lower lash line. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to go ahead and take the shade Maneater. This is also from the Huda Beauty palette, and I'm just going to darken and deepen that color. And then I like to switch to the Morphe M4 433 blending brush, and I like to just sort of buff it out just so it's nice and blended and it's not like a straight harsh line. And then for my brow bone highlight, I'm just taking the shade Beam on just a flat shader brush, and I'm just going to highlight my brow bone. I like to start at the really high point of the arch and just blend it down a little bit just so that the eyeshadow is really nice and blended and there's no harsh lines. And then I'm just going to go ahead and take a makeup wipe and just wipe away the foundation off of my lips. I didn't want foundation there, but I do want concealer nude lips. So I'm going to take a little bit of my NARS Creamy Radiant Concealer in the shade Custard, and I'm just going to dab that and blend it in a little bit. And then I'm taking MAC's See-Through Lip Gloss, and I'm just going to apply that. And then I like to take the lip pencil strip down, and I'm just going to line my lips just to make it a little bit darker. And then I'm just going to take the waterproof Tarte mascara. This is the Lights Camera Splashes mascara, and I'm just going to give my lower lashes a quick coat. And then finally, I'm just going to give my face a nice spritz of this Tatcha Dewy Skin Mist. I really like this. It just really completes the whole look and just makes your makeup non-powdery. So that's the finished makeup look. I hope you guys like and enjoy this video. Again, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up so I know you guys like these kind of videos. And I will see you guys all in my next video. Bye!